Hi guys, I'm back. This I've tried to make a Fiorentina Milan match, and it kept getting copyright claimed and blocked. So forget that. I'm just going to talk about the matches. I might show some images or a little clip, but I can't really, have stuff playing in the background. But yeah, I watched the Atletico Milan match yesterday. Um, Turned out really well. Turned out really well. I enjoyed it. First half were kind of even Steven. But the second half, Milan stepped up. Obviously, they needed the win, um, and they got it at the end with Missas. Good cross by Kessie, really good performance, and obviously need a similar performance or better when Liverpool come to Milan. Couple of things I did have about the match. You know, we need to hear what the ref's saying. It'd be nice to see what the ref is saying to the players, and why they're getting yellow cards, why they're not getting yellow cards. It's one of the things you can just see them arguing all the time, rolling around. It's really annoying. And if you time everything out, the ref is spending like a good 10, 20 minutes of the whole match talking and arguing fouls, non-fouls, throw-ins, and all this stuff. I mean, if you go to a live, you don't want to be sitting there seeing a guy roll around on the floor for nothing. I mean, other sports do it, NFL, rugby. That you can hear what the ref's saying. Obviously, when they're talking to the players, you don't hear them all the time. They should do that when they're making a decision. The mic goes on. The broadcaster put the mics on, and then you can hear why he's making a certain decision, why this person's got a yellow, why this person's got a red, why he didn't give a yellow. Um, so that they should update that because it definitely needs updating. This VAR situation, I personally think, I mean, it was a good idea, but I think what they should do is forget VAR and not be a video assistant referee. Just put a video referee. So VR, not VAR. Um, we need another referee in the room, wherever there it is, um, talking to the referee on the football field live. Um, and then since they're watching on the screen, they can say, dude, that guy's not needed, doesn't need a red card, doesn't need a yellow, or that guy definitely needs a yellow. He can, I suppose, assist it, but he can do it live, talking to him straight out. When there's a foul, something's called up. He can say, "Hey, look, I'm just looking at the review here." Just talking to him on a like on a phone, like on a headset, because obviously we can hear him talking, but he should be it shouldn't have to be going up to VAR. It should be the person assisting them. You know, it should be a completely another referee that has the same power and say that guy needs a yellow, because the foot was high, or that guy needs a yellow because he saw the guy coming in for a header or something like that. And he's put his knee on him. That's a definite yellow. It's intentional. That kind of thing. Um, what else? They can train to have the same opinion. People train, and then you can pair referees up with like-minded referees. Obviously, it's not going to work if you get one guy saying that's a penalty and one guy's not. That's the main other issue. They're not like-minded, and the way they have it is the VAR is set in a different room, different country. I don't know. It's a different room. Someone that's on the assistants, but they obviously are not working with them. They should be working with them, training with them, doing calls with them. And then, when you work with someone for a long enough time, you begin to think alike, become, in unison. That's what they become. So then you have a referee that's in unison with all the other referees, and it would go a lot smoother than, stopping, calling for VAR, having the person come check. The guy's already there. You don't need a ref to come check and say, he should have the same power as the referee on the field. except he has no players shouting in the face. He has no fans booing him. He can just say that that was yellow card. That was not a yellow card. Just say that's it. It doesn't have to be, oh yeah, you have to come down. Everyone's booing you. You know, that's a lot of pressure on someone. If you're doing a decision and someone goes in the someone tells you, dude, that was a yellow card, be like, okay, it's a yellow card. If you're also working with that same person, you know, and you build a trust and rapport, and you're saying, if he thinks there's a yellow card, I'm probably good, and I see it on video, then I'll think it's a yellow card. I don't need to go and see it on video because you've built that trust and like-mindedness about it. So I think they should totally change that. The other thing I saw in the match, which is very annoying, is players gotta man up, man. They gotta be tougher. They gotta stop diving, rolling on the floor, saying they got hit in the face when they didn't. And this is not just the Atletico Milan match. It is like all matches. Um, they just be stronger, man. Um, um, like the amateur leagues, they're all tough and rumble. They can take a good shouldering. Here now, you just touch someone, they fall back, and they expect a free kick. That's just pointless. How can you just touch someone and then be like, oh yeah, he's pushed me over and running. I'll stop my momentum. That's part of the game. The other thing I think is like jostling for the ball. You know, that I think that's what's also part of the rolling around and stuff. You should be able to jostle for the ball. If the ball is within the player's reach, obviously he has, control, quote unquote, control the ball. But if it's just outside the player's reach, any other player should be able to challenge for that ball. You shouldn't, be like, oh, I can't touch him. I have to, go and challenge for the ball. It's not in the person's possession. Um, I mean, that's the way I see it. For all the other, basketball and all things, you get fouled when you have control of the ball, when you're actually touching the ball. Now, obviously, football is a little bit different, that you don't have the same amount of, you know, control over the ball as if you're playing with your hands, maybe like football, American football, rugby, that kind of thing. But if it's in within your field, I think if it's outside your control, you shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I was still in control of it. No, you need 2, 3 steps to get into that in control. I think they should change that rule as well, or maybe highlight it or something. Because the other thing I think is shielding the ball versus letting it go out of play. Isn't that obstruction? There's a small debate about this. Um, if you're trying to block the play with no intention of playing the ball, that's definitely obstruction. Um, some people say that's shielding and it's just tactical. That if you're not playing the ball, the other opponent has every right to try to get that ball. And if you're in the way, is you're just blocking the flow of the game. Um, but other than that, other those little niggles, I enjoyed the match. It was entertaining. Really happy for Messias. He definitely deserves it. He looks like a good player. He's going back to fitness. Um, I've seen some highlights of him before, and he seems like he can take on one player, duke him, dribble past him, maybe not like 2 or 3 players. He has a good acceleration, so he can quickly juke and accelerate away from someone. Whether he has enough top speed with that, I don't know, but he has a good acceleration to get away from someone one on one, and that's what we're missing a bit. Whether he plays an attacking midfielder, duke someone and get away, and then have Leao or Salamakers, um, to pass to, or he's playing on the right because he's a left-footed player, I believe. Um, it's definitely another option. When Poli switched him, and I think Salamakers went on the left and he went on the right. I think Salamakers did pretty well on the left, because he can cut in, cross with his right. He's a right-footed player. He can duke more. He can obviously cross with his left. Maybe not the best, but it seemed like he had more creativity down the left, than he usually does with the right. On the right, he's usually kind of more defensive because we tend to go down the left anyways. Um, but overall, good match. I enjoyed all the other matches that were there. The Atlanta Young Boys match the day before was hysterical. Really good. It was tense, nerve-wracking, and wow, just that goal with a free kick right at the end. I think Atlanta has that problem where in the last 20 minutes they're so close, so close. They're like, ah, yeah, we're good, and then they just stop playing or just don't concentrate to the final, 95 minutes or whatever it is, and then they concede one. And if they're not winning by two or more, they'll probably concede another one and they'll tie or lose, which was gonna happen. And then they lucked out with Muriel's free kick. So I think Atlanta got to work on that one. Juventus, got really nothing to say about that. Chelsea were far superior. Yeah, Juventus is not a good run of form at the moment, and we'll see how that happens. I didn't see the Napoli match, but obviously with Osimhen being out with that facial fracture, that could definitely hurt them on both European and Scudetto challenges. Which means Milan can, if they step up their game a little bit more, score more, I think they could build a little bit of a gap with probably Inter right behind them. I feel like in Napoli, with the loss of Osimhen, they've lost a lot of their attacking threat. Whether he's attacking, assisting, he's a great, great, fantastic player, speedy. He can pass, he can run, he can dribble, he can go into the channels. So, when you're defending him, it is a freaking heartache. Your brain's going, what's he gonna do? It's hard to defend him. With that all gone, they don't have much of a spearhead there. He was a definite spearhead there, and I think with that injury, from what I've read, it could take about 3 months to get back. With it, after the surgery and everything. 3 months is a long time. I think Milan could take advantage of this and step it up to give us at least maybe 3, maybe 6 points gap. So if we do mess up, because I'm saying no one's perfect, we're definitely going to lose some points here and there. But if you have enough of a gap, a couple of wins extra, you can afford to lose 1 or 2 here and there, depending on your form. But yeah, great match. I will be hoping for Sassuolo on the next match on Sunday. I'll see if I can do live reaction. I tried to do a live reaction for the Atletico match, but my daughter was sleeping behind me, so I couldn't really do it. But funny enough, when they scored, she was in my arms and she was slowly saying, I jumped up and started shaking her. I was like, yes, we scored finally. But yeah, it was good. Well, hopefully see you in the next one. And I'm sure this one won't get blocked because it has no images. I'll probably put an image or two, maybe like a 2 to 3 second clip of the goal. But I really enjoyed the match, and hope to see you in very soon. Well, on Sunday. Hope to see you on Sunday, and have a good one. Bye.